morning and happy Audiobook-a-thon Day One. I should actually say good afternoon because it is noon. So it's noon on Sunday, March 8th. Today was daylight savings and Jeff and I have been staying up pretty late this weekend, so we slept in quite a bit. Not this late, but we slept in until like 10 o'clock, 10:30, which technically was like 9:30 by our internal clocks. But anyway, we slept in, enjoyed the morning. We didn't have like anything majorly pushing us today. We did a lot yesterday. I'm kind of bummed because I wish we would have done that stuff today so I could have filmed it, but whatever. So today it is noon. Jeff is making lunch for us, and then we're kind of just figuring out what we're doing today. Yesterday we went to a tomato fest. It was called Tomato Mania, and it was like in Orange County, and it was awesome. And I got a bunch of tomatoes and I planted them in the ground, and I amended some soil and I did some gardening and stuff like that. But I think we're just gonna kind of continue on today. He has to mow. We might fix our fence, and then I might plant some more things and stuff because I got some soil and some other plants and things. So I'll film and listen to my audiobooks while I do that. So first up, I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure I know which audiobook you guys voted on for me to read that was for the full cast prompt. Okay, but I'm just gonna check the poll here. Okay, so Sleeping Giants won by 63%, and that's a major pull. So I think that's gonna be the first audiobook that I start today. So I have it on hardback, which is nice because I might try and kind of peek in. I don't think there's really anything extra in it like there is with like Illuminae, but this is so pretty. This is a sci-fi book, and I think it's like a young girl falls into a hole, and then when people find her, they realize it's the shape of a hand and they don't know where it came from, and it goes unsolved for 17 years, and then they're solving the mystery. And it's a fairly short book, and this is basically a sci-fi thriller. Yay, I'm so excited. So I actually have this one and the second one on hold just in case I'm like completely obsessed with it and this like might derail my entire readathon. Sorry, it's kind of sunny. Hopefully it doesn't derail my entire readathon. But I'm really excited. I don't think it's very long for an audiobook because it's pretty like largely spaced. So let's just check really quickly. So I'm listening to this on overdrive, and it's only 8 hours, and so I'm gonna do some math. I use something that I'll put down below in the description. It's called the Audiobook Speed Calculator. It's not an app or anything, it's just a website. And I type it in to kind of get an idea how long the audiobooks are gonna take me, especially for readathons. So it's like 8 hours and 30 minutes, and then I'll listen to it at 1.6 speed. So it'll only take me 5 hours to listen to this audiobook. I'm so excited. So I might be able to bust both of these out pretty quickly, especially if I'm really into them. So that's what I'm going to be starting today. I was going to start Otherworlds, but since you guys actually voted for this, we're just going to start knock it out and see if I need to like binge the whole series during this readathon. So here's my only issue. I have a confession to make. I am completely obsessed with The Bachelor right now. I am full into the world again. I used to watch it all the time. I've watched this entire season. I am listening to podcasts on it from past contestants. I'm just like full into this thing. I don't know, it's distracting me, and it has been wonderful for my brain to just have something else to focus on. And so because of that, like Monday is gonna be fine. Today's gonna be fine. Monday's gonna be fine because it's not on until Monday night. But this week is the finale. So it's Monday night and Tuesday night. But the problem is, not only do I have to watch it for 2 hours, the podcasts and everything will be up the following days. So Monday nights will be up Tuesday, and then Tuesdays will be up Wednesday. And I literally spend like all day listening to these podcasts and analyzing and everything. I don't know if they'll be quite as much fun with the finale portion because it'll be done, but I've made a rule for myself that I cannot listen to a podcast until I've listened to at least 2 hours of an audiobook. So for today and Monday, I'm really gonna try and binge some stuff in so that on Tuesday and Wednesday, I have a little bit more leeway to listen to some podcasts and things. I'm sorry the timing is kind of bad, and next week will be totally fine. I just wanted to give you guys a confession that that's been happening. But just confession that the podcast and things are going to be taking up my time, plus the show. But I'm going to try not to watch as many regular YouTube videos, like book videos and stuff like that, and stuff until I've listened to my audiobooks. So I'm going to try and listen to at least 2 hours a day. But when I get like heavy on a project, especially on the weekends, I can listen to like 5 hours a day. and I can listen to it while I work because I work from home. I listen to audiobooks while I walk, while I drive, so I can get through a lot of audiobooks if I'm not like listening to YouTube and watching YouTube. So just letting you guys know, if you do not listen to this fast, if you don't work from home or whatever, that's totally fine. You have to just take all of this stuff that you guys are watching with a grain of salt and adjust it for what your situation is and what your lifestyle is. For me personally, I'm not able to read as much as I am to listen because I can multitask, and some people don't do well with that, but we'll talk about that in a later video. So anyway, this is my goal for today, and I'll update you guys along the way, and that's what's happening. I'll do a little garden update and everything as well, and do some other b-roll and fun stuff, and I hope you guys are excited to start the audiobook-a-thon. See you soon. Lunch! Jeff made fried chicken!
Double.
Okay, I'm in the backyard. It's 2 o'clock. I haven't gotten a lot done yet. So I'm ready to start my projects. Jeff went to go pick up some stuff for us to make stew tonight, and I am in the backyard. I'm gonna give you guys another quick tour. I gave a tour in my ACOTAR video for a Court of Thorns and Roses vlog, but it's not gonna be up before this one. So the tours are gonna be a little bit out of order, but I'll just give you guys a tour now, and you can kind of see what's up, and I'll decide if I'm going to even post that other tour. But like normal, things are a disaster because we are in the middle of preparing for spring and gardening and stuff, but there's some new exciting things to show you guys. If you guys don't care about gardening, just skip ahead a couple minutes, and then I'll update you when I start Sleeping Giant. Ledge, say hi, buddy. Oh, he's a good boy. Okay, so temporary stairs until Jeff makes more stairs for this like entire wall. So this is garden bed number 1, and I'm really excited. So I planted a lot of stuff from seed. Hopefully my shadow won't block this too much. But there is a bunch of cabbage that I planted that's kind of like in a baby stage. And then over here there's a bunch of green beans that just popped up. We've got some peas that are gonna come back here. I've got carrots in that really far corner that are just like in their baby stage, and then a bunch of radishes here. Things are looking pretty good. And then we just have like some herbs and roses and stuff like all over here. Good. And then Jeff just made me the second garden bed, which we just finished filling with a bunch of dirt and things. So he dug up underneath my original big garden bed that was right here, and we found these giant concrete blocks and stuff under here, which was probably why my plants didn't do very well, and the beds weren't as deep and they weren't filled as high. So here I don't have anything planted yet. I have to get some more stuff, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some celery right here. We've got a tomatillo. I'm going to put 2 tomatillos right here, and then we're putting a big trellis here, and I'm going to put some onions in front of it, and then we're going to put some just 1 zucchini in here because they get really big. We've got a little temporary hanging basket. Jeff is going to fix the fence, which is going to be great. I don't really have very many buckets left, but I am going to use some of them. I still have some celery and some chamomile from last year. I'm still waiting on my sunflowers from this fall to bloom, the ones that survived. And then I've got my 2 big strawberry plants from last year up here, and check out this guy. I need to fix his aphid problem, but oh my gosh, look, he has like so many blooms on him. There's like 20 on just this one strawberry. He's liking his new dirt. But I want to show you guys this new section. My cactus is gonna go. He just got too many of these like bugs. They're called, I don't remember how to pronounce it, but they've got a weird name. Too many bugs and too much work. So we're gonna get rid of him and just plant more tomatoes and things. This is where we're planting tomatoes. I need to paint the fence back here. So I got all these tomato cages up here, which I could have just planted like a wire panel or whatever, but I got all these cages for like really incredibly cheap at garage sales, so I thought I might use them. So here we've got a tomato called Dancing with Smurfs. This is Sun Sugar, which is one of my absolute favorite cherry tomatoes. This guy is called Lemon Boy. And these 2 I planted a few weeks ago, and then these other ones I planted yesterday. Then we have a Garden Peach, which is like a slightly bigger tomato, and he's kind of got like a fuzzy outer edge. And then we have this one, which is called Aladdin. So I have room for 1, 2, 3 more, and then more once I get rid of this cactus. And I keep having to like dig up the soil and put things in amend the soil and add fresh dirt and stuff. And then nothing is happening in this area. Herbs are doing okay. Some things haven't come back all the way yet. But I gave them some fresh dirt and stuff, so it's looking clean, and I got all my fairy houses. And then real quickly, I'll show you a couple more things, is my apricot tree, which is strange. I'll back up. His branches up here are like kind of dead, I guess, because they're not blooming at all, except for a little bit. But down here, he's blooming like crazy. They're just so freaking pretty. So these are apricots, which we got last year and were pretty good. They were kind of small. And I think this guy is a lime tree, and he didn't bloom at all last year. So I'm curious to see. I don't think I have anything popping up yet. Okay, and then this is my, sorry for the lighting, Santa Rosa plum, which I think they planted before we moved in. And it is just absolutely gorgeous, covered in blossoms. Super pretty. And these were just so tasty last year. Like, oh my gosh, they tasted like Skittles. Then, the last thing I want to show you guys is my nasturtiums. So I planted these. The frost killed some of them, but they came back with a vengeance once it warmed up, and their blooms finally opened, and they're so pretty. And the really cool thing about these is you can eat the flowers and the leaves on these, and also the seed pods. You can kind of treat like capers, which is so cool. Just kidding, one more thing. It's kind of windy, sorry. This is my strawberry tower I need to plant a couple more things, but I planted some marigolds on top and some strawberries in here. And they're doing really good. Some of them have some little strawberries going. And I got these little containers at Dollar Tree, and they actually are pretty strong and good. And there's like some strawberries down here. Not sure if you can see that. Oh, look how pretty they look. Oh my gosh. So excited. So that's what's happening in the backyard right now, and I'm just gonna continue cleaning up and potting some things and planting some things. Oh gosh, I have one more thing. I want to show you guys my seeds. Just kidding, almost done. So I also planted like a window small container of tomatoes. This I kind of use as a greenhouse. So we've got like, I'm making another tower, but of herbs. We've got some basil, and then eventually catnip and stuff will pop up. Then I've got some more tomatoes coming and a zucchini back here. These guys, these are tomatoes mostly, and petunia, and they'll be ready in a couple weeks. I reuse all my plastic containers. So there's some more tomatoes coming up in here. And then, so this is because like our nighttime temperatures are only getting down to 50, so they won't die, but they will sprout and just grow way faster if they're warm. So I use these at night to keep them warm. And then there's like tomatoes and peppers and herbs in these containers that I got from Lowe's, and they're really cool because they have silicone bottoms, so you can kind of just push the plant up when it's ready. So last thing, now I'm gonna go audiobook. Okay, you guys, I had to check in because I'm 2.5 hours into the audiobook. I am listening at 1.6 speed, so it takes me like way less time. But it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's everything I wanted. So the physical book is not like the Illuminate files because it's just like chat, and then it has the question and then the answer. There's not a lot of like pictures or drawings or file looking things in there. But the audiobook is very similar to Illuminate because there's a bunch of interviews. Sorry for the owls. There's a bunch of interviews and different things happening, and I don't think there's any sound effects, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's definitely thrilling. It's really good. I might even finish today because I'm so into it. I have both the other books on hold just in case, and I'm just so into this. Like, basically they found a giant hand in the earth and a girl fell into it, and they're trying to figure out what happened, and we're kind of going back in time and interviewing everything, and I really, really like it. I'm only a little bit worried that I'm not paying enough attention to like specific names and dates and things, but it's great. Everything outside is going good. I'm planting up tomatoes and cleaning things up, and Jeff's weed eating and all that stuff. And we're really excited that we get an extra like hour of daylight tonight. So I'm gonna keep listening, but I just wanted to check in, let you guys know, because I was scared I was gonna like finish and then check in, so yay. We are going to spray paint.
This is not a toy. Not a toy.
We found this thing at I don't know if you can really see it, but we found this You silly baby.
It's not a blanket. It's over here.
You love the tarp? So we found this at a garage sale.
Let go. Let go. Get out of here.
We found this at a garage sale and we're spray painting it to be a trellis for my tomatillas. We have 2 of them. So that's our next project. So we finished work for the day. It's 6:30 and we are trying to go for a walk real quick before... What? With Ledgy Poo before it gets too dark and take advantage of the extra hour since we lost it this morning. So we went to this neighborhood by a shopping center that we like because we might go wash Ledge and go get a couple groceries too. So that's what we're doing. The moon is huge. It doesn't look like it from the video though. So I stopped at Trader Joe's to get some groceries, and now Jeff is running into Pete's coffee shop to get some coffee for tomorrow morning because I think we're getting up super early together. Because I work on Mondays now at my mom's house, I have to get to her house by 8:30. It means I have to leave like almost around 7:30, and I've been getting up at like 7:10 and not having any time to like eat breakfast and kind of like enjoy my morning. So I think I'm gonna get up with Jeff tomorrow at 6, which is gonna be like exceptionally brutal because of daylight savings, especially since we didn't get up early today. So he's running to get coffee so we can survive tomorrow. And Ledge and I are just chilling in here, and I'm going to listen to a little bit more. Sorry, all the cars are flashing lights on me. I'm going to listen to a little bit more of my audiobook while I wait for him. Definitely not finishing it today like I thought because we had to stop and go and get some spray paint and stuff for our project, which took like an hour or so, and then we came up here to walk him. But I'm loving it so much, and I'm so excited to keep going because I don't know what's happening. Hey guys, happy Audiobook-a-thon Day 2. Good morning. It is Monday morning and I actually got up at like 6:30 today, but ironically I am late to work because I had time to get ready and everything, but then I had to answer some emails. Technically it's fine. It's okay if I'm late. It's just we like to get started early because we do a lot of shipping and things today. But I just wanted to update you guys because I'm headed to work. It takes me about 40 minutes to get to my mom's house, which is where we do a lot of our work. And I will listen to my audiobook along the way because I only have an hour and a half left, which should be like, or I only have 3 hours left, which should be close to an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I will definitely finish this today and let you guys know what's going on. I do have some plans for what I'm gonna start next and how I'm gonna kind of do the rest of the week. So I'm really excited. This is starting off on a great foot. Also, I do feel a little bit ahead of schedule since the readathon started on a Sunday. So I'm gonna go to work really quickly. I probably won't do a lot of filming there because it's just nothing interesting, but I will update you guys on things once I get home because I've got some errands and things to run as well. So I better get going. I'll see you soon. Hello, I'm back from work and I ate lunch and I just kind of chilled for a second because I got up at like 6:30 with Jeff and I haven't done that in a really long time. I didn't sleep the best. I went to bed at midnight because it was daylight savings, so I'm a little bit tired. So it's 3:30 and I have a lot to discuss with you guys. But the first thing I want to talk about is that I finished Sleeping Giants. Yay! I'm so excited. 5 freaking stars. It was so good. It left off on a cliffhanger. It's definitely a thriller. I loved everything about it. It was so great. It's definitely giving me Illuminae vibes as far as like the style and the format, and especially like the full cast audiobook. It's very different as far as told pretty much only in interviews rather than the surveillance footage that happens in Illuminae where someone's describing a surveillance scene, which seems a little bit more of like classic storytelling. But I loved it. I immediately downloaded the next one. I think I'm already like half an hour or 40 minutes into that. Okay, so my plan is I think I can binge this entire series over the next like 4 or 5 days because they're so short. and they're only taking me like 5 hours to get through, and I can just do a lot of like things around the house. The only thing that's going to put a damper in that is all this like Bachelor stuff that's about to happen tonight. So I'm definitely going to watch The Bachelor for a couple hours tonight, and then I want to listen to the podcast, and then it's on again tomorrow. So I just kind of have to keep an eye on that, because for entertainment purposes, I don't want this series to be the only series that I read this week for you guys. So I am going to also try and get in The Tale of Despero, because it's like 3.5 hours, so I can listen to it like an hour and a half or about 2 hours. And then maybe one more thing, or at least start one more thing. I have like some other grand plans, but if I do The Tale of Despero, that will be my short story and also my favorite story, and that means I will have completed 3 challenges, which is really good because I don't normally do very good in challenges. That's something I wanted to focus on this year, especially for Audiobook-a-thon, because it's a little bit easier. So right now I am going to go work in the garden again, which is not something I normally do on Mondays. Normally I try to like meal prep and deep clean and all this stuff. I did a little bit of that this weekend. However, we have 9 days of rain forecasted in the next 10 days, which is insanity. I live in Southern California, and literally the first year I moved here, it rained once in an entire year. And the last couple of years we've been getting lots of rain, which has been really great. We're no longer considered in a drought, and there's just flowers and green things and awesomeness. But that means that I'm not going to be able to work in the garden, because I don't know if it's like one of those situations where it's going to rain all day, because last year, I don't know if you remembered, one of the vlogs I did, it literally rained like the entire week, like all day long, which never happens and is not good, because then flooding happens. But I want to get things planned in the garden, because I may or may not be able to be out there depending on the rain and like work and all that stuff. Yeah, I know it's probably gonna rain all day tomorrow. So I'm gonna go out and garden, and I'll listen to some more audiobook while I do that, and then eventually come inside. I'm so excited that we have more time, because it's almost 4 o'clock right now, and I still have 3 hours of daylight left. So that's exciting. So I'm gonna go garden probably until Jeff calls me to make dinner. I'm just gonna eat some stew that we made last night, so that'll save me some time. But I've got some things to plant that I'll show you guys. And yeah, that's all of my update for now. Today's not gonna be super entertaining, but we'll just see how the rest of the week goes. I hope you're having fun. Okay, this is garden bed number 2. It's a little slanted right now because we're kind of working our way. What are you doing? Sometimes he's just got to run it out. What are you doing, Munchkin? Anyway, because we're going to kind of like work our way up the hill. So I planted 3 celery in here. And then I have a tomatillo. I'm using these as markers right now. Tomatillo, I need 1 more tomatillo. I have a zucchini seed popping up, and then I planted, you can see one kind of coming up here, a bunch of onions all around here and in these sections, this section, and along the edge right here. So hopefully we get something out of that. And I have 3 more celery plants that I need to plant. And then over here by the back door, where I'm keeping the strawberry tower, I have planted 3 tomatoes in buckets. And I know these buckets are too small. This is aroma, so the bucket should be okay. These 2 are pole indeterminate tomatoes, but I'm planting so many tomatoes that I'm fine if they wind up a little bit smaller like they did last year, because I also have this like entire section up here that's going to be tomatoes. So I have like so many tomato plants, you guys will see like over time, so hopefully I get some good ones. So we've got a Roma, a yellow pear, and a large red cherry, and this is just, these will just be some much smaller plants, but it'll give me some extra tomatoes. And I had these buckets from last year, so I don't think it looks too terribly ugly. Eventually I'll have a lot more beds up here, or at least a couple more. That is if my gardening goes well this year. So for now I'm just kind of looking out and dreaming about this area. I need to pull all of these weeds here, and eventually like these buckets will be gone, and there's concrete that we need to get rid of, and we'll have more beds, or at least more like pretty plants and stuff. Whatever we find we can manage on our own. So that's just that part. I mean, this part's going to be a whole other section. And then of course I'm up here, which we've been calling the reading nook, because Jeff is going to build me a pergola at some point. It's gonna be a while because I want garden beds and stairs and just lots of other things before that happens, but that's where I am right now. Is kind of where you get to look out at like the mountain and everything. So anyway, checking in. Let me see. I did like an hour and a half worth of work, and I'm 3.5 hours into Waking Gods, which is book 2, which means I'm almost halfway done. I have like 5 hours left. Yay! So excited. Definitely not going to finish it today because I'm kind of crashing right now from getting up early. Definitely takes a while to get adjusted to waking up early again. So I'm just listening to it right now. I'm going to chill here for just a second, then I'm going to go inside and maybe clean and stuff. Or maybe just chill and watch something on the TV. Not entirely sure, but I'm pretty excited. The energy's just kind of dipping, so sorry about that. Anyway, I'm loving this audiobook. I think that it's going to be hard for me to rate them individually because they're all going to kind of like blend together. But it's just freaking fantastic. I love it. I just think it's like amazing. The quality is so good. I feel like it's pretty easy to follow, and I'm in love with the characters, and it's so good. I'm really liking it. It's like my favorite audiobook of the year so far, so yay. It's really dark. I'm so sorry. I'm just filming an update. I haven't listened to anything else. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. So it's 7:30 and Jeff got home. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi.
He's not really this weird in person. Anyway, I have just been editing videos and working a little bit, and I'm getting ready to watch The Bachelor, and I'm so excited because it's finale night and we'll finally get some things answered.
And I'm gonna go to the back room.
And Jeff's gonna play video games. And I have to watch, since I'm watching it live, I'll have commercial breaks, so I'm not gonna listen to my audiobook, but I'll just be like getting stuff done. I might listen to some more before I go to bed, but I'm not sure. So we'll just have to see. Otherwise, I will just update you guys tomorrow when it's gonna rain all day. Okay. The rain has begun. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can hear it. Good morning. So, the rain has started and we've already almost got an inch of rain. I hope it doesn't rain this much the entire rest of the week. I'm really scared about my plants getting really mad that it's raining so much. I know that sounds silly, but they've gone from regular waterings to being like drowned virtually. So cross your fingers that I don't have to like replant my garden. A little bit nervous. We'll just have to see. Hopefully the soil is good and draining as well. But anyway, so today my plan is to film. I need to film like 4 videos. I have to film my February wrap up, which I'm super behind on because it's like the 10th. And then I need to possibly film my spring TBL, which is my to be listened to list for spring. But I kind of don't want to do that while I'm doing this readathon because I'm not entirely sure what audiobooks I'm going to finish, and I'm going to cram in so much in the last, in these 2 weeks. I don't want to put anything that I wind up listening to for this readathon, if that makes sense. So we'll just have to see. I have several videos to film, lots of videos to edit. I'm really behind on videos and things. I also want to clean my office up because it's been kind of a wreck for a while. It's not terrible, but it's on the bad side. And then I also want to maybe meal prep a little bit, figure out what we're eating for the week. I don't think I need any groceries. I just need to figure out like what I'm putting together, probably make some bookmarks, work a little bit like for my regular job, clean. No, it's just kind of a rainy, cozy day. I really just want to sit down and read A Court of Mist and Fury, to be honest, because I'm having such a good reading month so far. I'm so excited because of Sleeping Giants and A Court of Mist and Fury. I read like 60 pages last night and I'm so into it, and I haven't been into a book this long in a while, in a really long while, and so I'm so excited about it. I feel like it's probably going to be one of my all-time favorite series. Just found my headphone that I've been missing. Side note. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan today. So the other plan is to listen to a bunch of Bachelor podcasts and get caught up, but I also want to listen to at least 2 hours of Only Human or Waking Gods, whichever one I'm on. So that's my plan. I want to kind of bounce back and forth between podcasts and the audiobook. I don't know how much time I'll have to do that since I'm going to be filming a lot. That's my only downside. Okay, it's 2 o'clock and I am just now getting ready to film because I had to edit a bunch of videos and do a little bit of work. So hopefully I can bust some stuff out. But I got some book mail, so I want to show you guys what I got because my sweet friend Alyssa sent me a couple things for kind of trading and kind of just because she's really sweet. So kind of sneak peek for my YA swap and trade video. She sent me 2 packages because she probably didn't have a big enough box. So first up, she sent me Damsel by Elena K. Arnold. Is this not just one of the prettiest covers? I've actually heard kind of bad things about this book. I don't know what it is. It's like dragons, princesses, fantasy, romance. I'm hoping that I really love it. It looks beautiful. I'm probably going to listen to it on audio, but I like to keep the physical books if I enjoy them. So hopefully I like this one, and I'm probably going to get to this really soon. And then she sent me some mermaid books, which I'm actually not going to show you guys because I will have another mermaid book haul coming out right before we do Mermaid Marathon, which is my readathon if you guys aren't familiar, where we read a lot of mermaid books. I'm really excited about these. So I'm not going to put these in my swap video or in my latest book haul. You're going to have to wait until like May or June because I'll be slowly collecting mermaid books for them. For now, on to filming. Good morning. Happy Audiobook-a-thon Day 6, Day 7? I'm not sure. It's been a few days since I filmed anything. I have just been in a very weird funk and also in a Bachelor podcast rabbit hole because the finale was insane, and I know that's just like insane to talk about, but in light of things that are happening right now, it's nice to be completely distracted by some reality TV drama. So I literally still have a half an hour left on Waking Gods. I'm not having the week that I predicted based on the beginning of the week. However, I do think that this weekend's going to go a lot better, and next week is going to go a lot better as well for audiobooks. I'm still enjoying my time. I just was busy and listening to other things, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been filming, but next week is going to be a lot better, and this will just be a nice short vlog for you all. So today Jeff and I went to the post office and mailed a bunch of books that I am trading and selling, and then now we're going to go somewhere and pick up some supplements that I really like. It's like a morning mix that I take in the morning, and I'm out and there's only one place to go get it. And then we might go to a library bookstore, and we might go for a walk because I think it's not going to rain until like 9 today. So we'll see how today goes. It's 11:30. I won't be able to listen to audiobooks really while we're in the car because I didn't bring my headphones, but I'll update you guys when I finished Waking Gods because it's amazing. So see you soon. All right, so we're back from our little adventure, and I'm so glad we got out of the house and did something. We had some lunch, went on a walk, went to the bookstore, picked up my supplements, and I got a couple things at the library bookstore. So I found these Broken Stars. This is an ex-library copy, but it was only $1, so I picked it up because this is one of the series I think I'm going to start in April or maybe after this readathon, an audiobook, because it seems like it's going to be really great. I picked up A Fierce and Subtle Poison by Samantha Mabry. So I don't know what this is about. Plants, possibly witches. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm excited for it. And then when we got home, I actually got a trade in the mail from my friend Audrey, who we've been trying to work this trade out for several months now because she's able to get a hold of a lot of new books and I'm able to get a hold of a lot of older books that she wanted. And we finally got it worked out, and she sent me the book. So a sneak peek for a future YA swap and trade, so I'll just go over those real quickly. So I got Rebel from Marie Lu. I traded her this one because it's the next series that Marie Lu's coming out with, and I recently read Warcrossed and loved it. I got Blanca and Roja by Anne-Marie McLemore. This is a retelling, I think, of Snow White and Rose Red. I'm not entirely sure. I've heard amazing things. Supernova, which I've already read, but I like to have the copies on my shelf of books that I really love and for video purposes. Yay! Dog Kill Girls, which I've also already read and really enjoyed during Halloween time. Set on an island and there's a monster and it only attacks girls, and it's so good. Bone Charmer, I recently heard about this one last year. I don't really know much about it. I think something to do with witches and would be a good read for the fall. Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmer. So I hope to do Curse of Dark and Lonely sometime soon. Beauty and the Beast retelling, and this is book 2. And then lastly, Stain by A.G. Howard, which I read last year. It's a giant book. Absolutely loved it. Fairy tale retelling, fairy tale-esque, unicorns, magic, fairies. It's great. It's really long and a little bit slow, but totally worth it. So those are the things that I got. I just wanted to share with you guys real quick. So I'm home now. It's not raining, so I'm gonna go and kind of play around outside in the garden and listen to my audiobook, and then I will update you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, the 18th, and I just thought I would check in here and have a little chat with you guys. I have been debating on bringing this up for a long time because my channel is about books, and I wanted to stay that way, and I wanted to stay a place of positivity and light and hope, especially in times like these. But as you guys know, this week and a little bit of last week, we've had kind of like an increase with the information about the coronavirus, and like restaurants around us are closed now and certain things are happening. My anxiety levels definitely increased. I personally have a very strong immune system. I'm not necessarily worried about catching the virus or anything like that. I'm more worried about the outcomes of the stores closing and the businesses losing money and things like that. Thankfully, I work from home, so my job is fine. My husband's a mechanic. His job's fine right now, but I really feel for you guys that are possibly out of work or losing money and things like that in this like really crazy time. So I don't want to talk about it too much more, but that's kind of why I haven't been updating and things. My mind has just been like swirling out of control. I have been listening to audiobooks, but my brain has needed some time to like calm down, and I've needed to like meditate and go on walks and things and kind of like stay off social media, because gosh, if you go on social media, even without the news, if you just go on social media, you'll just want to just be done with this world. So I encourage you guys to stay off your news feeds, because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and just, you know, stay home if you can, love on your family, and keep focusing on your goals. And thank God that we all have books to read. Hopefully you have books to read. If not, check out audiobooks and ebooks from your local library, and just be thankful for what you have. So that's all I want to say on it. I really want this channel to be about books and stay on the bright side. I did just want to pop in here and let you guys know, because the format of this vlog is different, because I'm not having the days where I'm talking and there were days where I didn't film anything. That being said, I'm going to update you guys on what I have listened to so far. So I finished Only Human, I think is the third book in the Themis files. I loved this trilogy as a whole. The timing was kind of weird, because it's kind of like about aliens and like kind of got apocalyptic type things in the book, so that may have not helped my anxiety. It was like simultaneously a good time to read it, because it just kind of sucked me in and like totally turned my brain off of the outside world, but at the same time it kind of kept the outside world in there, because it's like apocalyptic things happening and just crazy stuff. So anyway, I love this series. I love it very closely as much as I love Illuminate. It was so great. It was just, I'm so thankful for it and how good the audiobook was. I think this was meant to be read in audiobook, because the entire thing's told in interviews and things like that. The only thing that I didn't like about it, which was so bizarre, let me know if you felt this way. So in book 2, we are introduced to this certain character, and she has a Hispanic accent because she's born in Puerto Rico. And then at a certain point, her accent changes, because I guess we change audiobook narrators for some reason, and she now has like a Bronx type accent, like a New York Bronx type of accent, and it was just never explained, and I was very confused about why that happened. Like, I'm fine if you have to switch narrators because something happens or whatever, but why did she go from having like a Hispanic accent to like a New York accent? And she wasn't living in New York or anything like that. It just was like very strange. So that was the only thing that I didn't like about it. I'm trying really hard not to spoil anything. But other than that, I loved this series. I thought it was brilliantly done. I thought some of the conversations were really great. I loved the voice actors so much. I highly recommend this as an audiobook series. Excellent. So after that, I was kind of bummed out, because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna read that's gonna kind of like take me away from my brain. So I did start Tale of Despero like kind of before I got like overly anxious, which is a middle grade book that I love from like my childhood. I'm about 2 hours into it. I've only got 2 hours left, which will probably take me like an hour. I'm liking it, but I've listened to it before, so it's not that great for distracting purposes. It'll be nice to simultaneously knock off reading a favorite book and reading a short book. I also started Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire. This is also a really short audiobook. It's like 4.5 hours. I'm halfway into it. So this one is basically about a school where kids can go after they've gone somewhere like Narnia, Wonderland, or some fantastical place, Hogwarts, whatever you want to call it, and then they're like shoved back into the real world and they're like kind of mentally messed up because they've seen this other magical place and they kind of want to go back there. And so there's this school that kind of helps them like move on from that. It was just such an interesting concept, and there's like a fairyland and like a death land and like all kinds of cool stuff. I'm really liking the concept, and Shauna McGuire is a narrator and she's the author of it, and Shauna McGuire also wrote Into the Drowning Deep, which is one of my favorite books. It says Mira Graham, but it's Shauna McGuire. It's a little bit depressing though, because they're all like struggling mentally with being back in the real world. So possibly not the best time for it, but it's really short. So I don't know that I'm going to binge this series like I was planning on, because they're all 4 hours and there's like 5 of them. We'll see how the book ends. It's a little bit slower and kind of sadder than I expected. So far I've completed 3 books, just the Themis Files, but I'm in the middle of 2 other short ones. So it looks like I'll be at like 5 or 6 for the week because it's only Wednesday. My mom's birthday is today, and all the restaurants and things are closed, but the takeout places are still open. I personally feel like it's important to support the local businesses while things are kind of crazy so that they don't wind up shutting down. And so we might go pick up some takeout and take it to her house. And she's made a cake, and then I got some presents for her and stuff. And I think like celebrating and being together in small groups is important right now. And so I want to still celebrate for her. It's her 60th birthday, so this is just like a crazy time for her to have her birthday. Did actually celebrate a little bit last week. We went out to dinner when things were still open last weekend. And so thankfully we did get to do something small, but we'll get to go over there tonight, hang out with her, and yeah, just kind of be together. And so today it's like almost 5 o'clock. The rain finally stopped, so I might go play out in the backyard. The gardening is calming me down more than anything else. I'm so thankful for it. And I am also just trying to really stay positive and think of all the things I can get done. I work from home anyway, and I'm home a lot anyway. So basically I just can't run a lot of errands and things right now. So I'm trying to kind of gather up all my goals and figure out things I want to get done during this time that hopefully is short. And so like today I accomplished coloring my hair. I'm a hairstylist, so I know how to do that, and I've done it myself for a long time. So I colored my hair, which is really great. I wrapped my mom's present. I've got her card. I worked. I made some kombucha today, which is especially important right now. And then I walked my dog because it finally stopped raining. We walked for like an hour and a half, listened to some audiobooks. I listened to some fun podcasts that really like cracked me up and made me kind of feel joyful again. And then I also just talking to friends and things like that. So I'm trying to make lists of things that I can do. There's tons of things that I can do while I'm at home, and especially now more than ever when I need to get my mind off some stuff. We started Lock and Key last night on Netflix, and if you guys want something to binge watch, it's a little bit dark and sad. So it's like weird because it's dark and kind of sad, but it like didn't make me feel dark and sad, which is weird because I'm already feeling dark and sad. I don't know. It's so good. It's about 3 kids, and their dad dies and they have to move into like his old house in like his other town. It's supposed to be like haunted or magical, and they don't know what's happening. It's amazing. We're 6 episodes in. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So good. And I haven't like binged a drama show in a while. It kind of has like CW vibes. Even Jeff was like, this is kind of like Supernatural. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of like Vampire Diaries. So anyway, it is really sunny. I'm gonna go outside and enjoy this and make a list of everything I can do in the backyard that doesn't require me like buying anything or going out to get anything for the next couple of weeks, because there's like weeds I can pull and all kinds of stuff like that. Plants are still going really good. I'll give you guys a plant update to kind of brighten your world once it stops raining, because it's gonna rain tomorrow and possibly Friday. I'm not sure. yeah, so that's just how it's going. I definitely have not been that positive the last couple of days, but I'm kind of coming out of it, and I've stopped going on social media as much and letting people that are naturally doomsday preppers depress me. I don't want to make light of the situation or anything like that because I know it's affecting a lot of people, but I do think it's really important that we're like enjoying our lives while we're at home and smiling and finding ways to laugh and get on with normal life, because being anxious and upset will dramatically lower your immune system. We don't want that right now for sure. So anyway, that's the last I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to talk about it any more. And yeah, I just hope you guys are still participating and having fun. And I am looking forward to more readathons in the future that will be a little bit, I don't know, less dramatic. So I hope you guys are having fun and that the audiobooks are giving you a reprieve from your mind. I will see you soon. Bye. I don't know if you can hear me because it's so loud, but it is Thursday and I haven't updated you guys in a while. It's 5 o'clock, or I'm sorry, it's Friday actually. Ledge and I are getting ready to go for a walk. I'm almost done with Tale of Despero and I'm starting a new audiobook. I don't think I'll finish it by tomorrow, but I just kind of will let you all know what was happening. So yeah, I will update you more when I get home. So it's Saturday and we're taking out a cactus. Or Jeff is. Bye, cactus!
He had a good life.
He had a good life. We're gonna make this my tomato area. Oh my gosh, he found the palm fronds. What are you doing?
Note about my sandals.
Macy popping in here from the incredibly far away future. I just want to come in here and say I did a terrible job with this vlog. I did a terrible job filming, but you know what? We were in the middle of a crazy time in our lives, and I'm at least going to get it out to you guys so that you can somewhat enjoy what's happening. I think I read a total of like 5 audiobooks, but at this point I don't really know about the challenges and things like that. So I hope to do better on my next readathon for sure. I'm in a much better headspace. I'm sorry if this wasn't what you were expecting. I'm sorry it's up so late. But I just wanted to come in here and say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the bright side.